Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. It is time for another reaction. I have come upon some Isagenix trainings. Thank you to one of my subscribers for sending some of these videos over to me. I greatly appreciate it. If you are someone who has some content to send over for MLM Fails or MLM horror stories or anything like that, my email and my Instagram are both linked down in the description below, so that is how you can get a hold of me. Now, the training we're looking at today is two of Isagenix top leaders, and they recently spoke at the Isagenix events that they had across the world, and they see themselves, in my opinion, to be on a pedestal. And in this training, it very much comes off like that. And the way they speak to their downline is quite disturbing when you really take a step back and look at it from a standpoint of someone who is not inside of an MLM, specifically Isagenix. Let's get the into it.
Biggest takeaways: it can be fast. Heck yes. With a picture of Jessica Johnston as your face. I love that. My fears can be used as fire to achieve my goals. Not only can they be used, they should be used, because God gave you your fears so that you can overcome them, so that you can then teach other people how to overcome them. Those were personalized for you. Those are your mountains to climb. So I love that.
God or the higher power or whatever you believe created you gave you fears also to protect you. So some fears and some feelings are legitimate. Like if you are fearful of getting into an MLM because of the statistics that tell you that a majority of people lose money in MLMs, that is a legitimate fear. And you should run from the MLM because that fear is telling you it's a bad idea.
I'm going to reach out to 100 people by July 31st. Amen, sister. I love that.
This was on July 17th. Now, I'm not going to judge anybody. I know there are some people who have larger social circle. That's a really hard word to say. Social circles than others. But to reach out to 31 people in less than 2 weeks I feel like that's a goal that isn't super realistic for most people. But you'll see MLM leaders always praising this because they want you to constantly have a list of 100 to reach out to. So that is praised within MLMs. But I would wonder how many of those outreaches that these individuals are doing, how many of those are cold messages and just really sleazy copy-paste messages. I'm willing to say that's probably the case for most of those outreaches.
Let's go. In order to win, you have to start. Absolutely. Right? Ships are safe at shore, but that's not what they're meant for. Okay. We got to get out there. We got to be in the nitty gritty. Quality to get to Pluto. I love that, because in order to get to Pluto, it's going to take the right people, right? You don't want the wrong people on your rocket ship. The wrong people are going to press the wrong button and you're going to explode in your rocket ship. You need the right people to make sure you're getting there.
What is happening? So this training is just called Momentum Monday. What are they doing? Just finding their most quotable self-help phrases and putting them in the chat? What is that doing? What is that doing?
That the impossible is possible. It is. You gotta trust faith. Logic is just pattern recognition. And if the only existing experiences you have are not what you're looking to create, then your pattern recognition is going to be off. So what's impossible to you is actually just pattern recognition of what your life has been up until now. It's not actually impossible. It's completely possible. I have to share the ball of light in person or live so that my energy and experience of what's happening in this pack weekend can be felt. Yes, the light has to be shared for it to grow or even to stay alive. If we don't share it, it literally dies. And sometimes we think we're protecting our light by keeping it to ourselves, but it does die out when we don't share it. It needs to be shared.
This is like those Mindset Monday trainings that you see so many MLM communities have, where they just get on a call and talk about how to change your mindset and manifest good things through the week. And that's not really how life works.
Sometimes you have to give up what you came here to get in order to get what you came here for. Absolutely. That's so good. Honestly, that was a big one for me. I think it was Peter Kelly who said it. And I was maybe 2 years into my business. I was trying to have this like freedom life. It was like the day I joined, I had a freedom business, not realizing that I had to earn the freedom. We are working towards freedom. We don't just get freedom. If that was the case, everyone would just join network marketing and it would be the best thing ever. Right. And we don't have remote work. We have residual income. So yes, you can do it from anywhere, but to truly have your residual income, you got to build it first. This team and community is number one, literally.
No, what should be number one in your life, in my opinion, of course, is probably your family and friends and your actual support system who will still be there when Isagenix is gone.
I don't know if you heard this, but on stage when they were announcing me, I didn't even know this until they announced me on stage, but our team made up 95% of the executives that were created this past year. You kidding me? Like, amen. Our team has taken over. We are the future of this company. You're on the right rocket ship. I am the momentum. Lead by example, not words. Action. Absolutely. To create a movement.
Yeah, this is so annoying. I'm going to skip through the rest of these motivational speeches and get to where they start talking about the bullshit that they talk about. The other bullshit that they talk about, I should say.
So many great takeaways. If you have more, feel free to put them in the chat. This event was absolutely incredible. My biggest takeaway was honestly just realizing that the way that Isagenix showed up. I mean, we don't usually talk about this, but I think Isagenix as a company showed up big.
I think I said it already, but in case I didn't, they're referring to the Isagenix convention that happened right before they had this call.
Like the way that they set up the entire space, like I was like, there was like live trees everywhere in this space. Like that's no short feat, guys. They put hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in us having a good experience.
There were live trees. You literally cannot make this shit up. There were live trees in the facility. I don't know if she's ever been to a hotel, a resort, a casino, anything like that, but there usually are live trees inside of those types of facilities. That's not unheard of.
That was incredible, knowing that we're with such a sustainable company and the company that's investing back into us. But also just seeing the power of the in-person event starting to take off again. I wanted to point this out. If you guys listened to the what are they called? The calls on Mondays at noon.
United Leaders.
Thank you. If you guys listen to the United Leaders call, I want to tell you this. Every leader builds differently. And I do not prescribe to what Kathy Savage said at the beginning of that call. So love and respect her as a leader. She has a lot of great nuggets. I love what she has to say about personal branding.
She actually means subscribe. I don't prescribe to that. You want to use the word subscribe when you're speaking about this stuff. Prescribe is when you, for example, when you get a prescription and you have to go and pick up your medication. That's what prescribe is. So you don't subscribe to what she was saying.
But she opened that call talking about how events are not important, or not that they weren't important, but that it's okay to not go to them. I could not disagree more. And that's okay. You can have a difference of opinion, but the results I personally like. Okay. And events built my business, and events will forever build my business. What I did enjoy that she was saying, for those of you who watched the call, was that we never guilt anybody. Everybody gets to have their business the way they want to have their business. And
false. You actually have a code of conduct that you have to follow. You also have marketing rules that you have to follow. You can't create your own marketing material. You can't host your own sales. You can't do your own discounts. There are many things that you cannot do that actual, real, small business owners can do.
That being said, events build this business. Like literally, it's like saying, you heard me say on stage, you have to understand the prices that you have to pay to buy what you want to buy. One of the prices is showing up to events and getting team to events. That is just a staple of our industry. So I think she's going more down like the influencer route. That's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew I did not prescribe to that. And that's also okay. Take from leaders what we love and leave what we don't love, and know that that's totally fine. That being said, we called this meeting for a reason, because I couldn't not see your guys' faces after celebration. Like, all of this was for something, right? You don't spend the money, take the time, put the energy in, get all this information so that you can go home and be no different, right? The whole point was to change. And where the change comes from is integration. You have to take what you learn and actually apply it. And sometimes that can be scary because it's easy to stay in student mode. But this is where you get into action. And the only way to make a change is to actually take action from what you learned and to use the energy that you gain. So with that being said, we want to get you into massive action this week, but we also want to make sure that you have a game plan to change your business. Because most people, they go to events not because they want to keep their business where it's at. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're ready to have a different business than you have 6 months from now. I love it. Yeah.
All of the people that put 1 in the chat, see your way out of the MLM and go find a different way to start a business. There are a lot of virtual business opportunities out there right now. Highly recommend looking into those, but MLMs are not your own business. Again, let's see how many times I say that in this video.
We got a 2. I don't know what that one means. I'm assuming it's a typo.
No, that person that hit 2 was like, I see right through you.
I love it. We want a different business, right? And what's really important to understand is that change does not come from consistent action in this business. It comes from concentrated, shoved forward action. Shoved forward, because that's the only way you're going to find even an iota of success within an MLM. Is you have to push so hard, you have to shove yourself so hard to make sure that you succeed, but you're leaving your friends and your family behind. And that's why earlier in this training, somebody came on and said, this community and team is number 1. And that's very problematic, in my opinion, of course. Consistency is important to your integrity and important to your relationships and important to who you be. But consistency is to keep what you have. Okay? Consistently to keep what you have. You can work really hard for a short season, but then if you just completely dropped off, you're going to go backwards. You got to work really hard and then you got to consistently maintain. And then you work really hard and then you consistently maintain. Right? And I see a lot of you, sometimes you're like, I work really hard and then I destroy it all. And then I work really hard and then I destroy it all. And some of you are like, I just chug along. And I don't know why nothing changes, but I'm just like going around a racetrack and it doesn't, and nothing, I just stay at my 2 cycles a week or my 3 cycles a week. Right? So for those of you who are looking for change, like everyone who has the ones in the chat, we get to have a season post-event of massive action. And this is that season. I want to set you guys up so that when the holidays arrive, you can be in maintenance. You can be in consistency. Who here would love to have your business be double the cycles come Thanksgiving, and then you can enjoy Thanksgiving through New Year's while maintaining and being consistent, but being able to just kind of enjoy yourself through the holidays?
We're almost halfway through this half-hour call already, and she has said nothing that is going to help anybody. There is no tangible advice, no steps to take to make this happen. So unless she's able to tell these people in 15 minutes or less how they can do these things, it's probably not going to happen on this call, let alone in this MLM business.
When I envision why I'm doing the work, I think about what I want in the next season. So for instance, I worked my butt off in the fall through the spring so that I could enjoy my 30th birthday in Monaco. And for 2 months, I was consistent in the sense I never missed my calls. I was always attending. I was always supporting my team. I was doing what I needed to do, but I was not in a build season. I was not trying to change my business. I got to enjoy being in Europe, traveling, having my experiences, being consistent. And now I'm back into a growth season. Does this make sense with you guys? Give me a 3 in the chat. I know I'm throwing a different number out at you guys, so you have to be listening. Give me a 3 in the chat.
It's not that complex. It's really not that complex. There's some times in the year where you're really working hard in your business, quote unquote, and then there's some times where you're not. That is how life works. Everything ebbs and flows, and this is not doing anything but wasting people's time that got on this call. But what's sad is that a lot of these people within MLMs, I know because I was one of them, look up to these people like they are on a pedestal, like I said in the beginning. They hang on all of their words, all of them. No matter if it's the self-help quotes that are regurgitated from a Jay Shetty podcast, or if it's them bragging about their business. It's nothing tangible is coming from these calls aside from the idolization. And that's more so for the leaders than it is for the people getting on the call trying to figure out how to make this work and how to at least make the money back that they had to put into this business. And this just, they're likely never going to get there, especially with these leaders leading them through the dark.
If this is making sense. Now, everyone has different seasons. So if you were like, I went to Celebration or I didn't went to Celebration and this just isn't my season, whether you went or you didn't went, that's okay. And if it's your season for change, this is what we're setting you up for. If it's not your season for change, listen in for if this is for the next time it is. Okay. As leaders, we are never here to tell you what your season is. We're just here to support whatever season you're in. The first thing you want to do is this week, you want to be in massive action. The reason for that is because you just got a ball of momentum, energy poured into you at this event, and you want to keep it going. So you want to force feed that energy with the action you take now, with the extra belief you have, because by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if you took no action, you would wake up next weekend feeling like celebration never happened. If you take massive action, you will be in a plummet forward. And the energy will dwindle eventually, but you'll be higher than when before celebration because you took the action. All an event is an opportunity to motivate you into action. If you don't take the action, then it doesn't do much, if that makes sense. Because I've gone to events before and I've learned a lot of great stuff, but unfortunately, we're not in a learning business. This is not about taking tests. This is about creating results.
So take action, because not taking action gets you nowhere. This is so much word salad. They know this. This is logic.
Okay. So with that being said, we have put together a Thursday evening opportunity call for you guys to invite into. All right. So this is for the business.
Because the only way to really find success and climb your way toward the top of the pyramid is to recruit.
We'll touch on the products, but this is for the business. So for those of you who are on fire and you had such an incredible experience and you're like, I need to now go out and invite other people into the business, this call, myself and Nofsco will be hosting for you guys. And I promise you, I've never been more fired up than after closing this event. And I know Nofsco's never been more fired up after speaking off stage. So if you've ever wanted to get anybody on a call with us, it would be now. We're going to blow the top off of this. We're going to bring the vision to life. So we want you to be inviting into that. That's what your massive action is going to be. Or depending on if you're just not interested in building the business from a business perspective, but you want to do it from a product perspective, talking about the products. If you were like lit up by product explanation, just go out and start sharing the products. Start getting people on calls, start doing that. But if you're here for the business, we wanted to give you something to invite into. All right. And I know we don't do that often. So this is here for you. So that's something that we have coming up. The next thing that we have on the calendar is that I know we announced over the summer that we were getting rid of the Monday night calls, the Monday evening calls. The reason for that is because in business, it's really important to pay attention when things are working or when they're not working. There hadn't been much action or results from our Monday evening calls.
Oh, gee, I don't understand why. This call seems so valuable.
Right now, we are in a season where I would rather you keep that hour on your calendar and do your reach outs in it. Because most of you have the information you need. That being said, we want to have monthly training calls because training is still important and getting to see each other and everything. So starting this Saturday, we are going to have a monthly Super Saturday virtual just for our team for 2 hours. The flyer is either already put up or is going to be put up. I'm not quite sure on that. It is up. All right, it's already up.
2 hours on a fucking Saturday. But you have time and location freedom in this business.
So the dates, the timing, all of that's already up. That is going to be super recognition focused. So we're going to be doing it once a month so that the timing has been planned so that we get all the recognition from corporate. So you guys are going to get way more recognition going into this. We're going to be really recognizing you guys. And we're going to do a training and action oriented. That's going to be once a month. So now instead of having 4 calls a month, you're going to have 1 call a month. So yes, I know it's Saturday. It could be in the middle of the day or it could be in the morning, depending on where you're located. But if you know ahead of time and you're committed to this business, you're taking those 2 hours to be committed and to be there so that you can build your business. And this current upcoming Saturday is going to be about the plan. How do we get into momentum? How do we take this action? Myself and Nafsika have spent time figuring out what we believe is what you need to do in order to change your business. There's going to be 2 different options. One's going to be for social sellers and one's going to be for business builders. So get your social sellers on the call. These calls are for everybody, right? Doesn't matter if they're just selling product or if you're just selling product, if you're on the call right now. We will give you a way to have success to do either just selling the product or building the business, meaning I'm bringing on business partners and I'm selling the products. So I'm not going to give you that information yet, but there's going to be a 60-day sprint that we get into on that Saturday. So this week is taking massive action out of celebration. What kind of action can you take to force feed momentum? And then with that momentum, doing a 60-day game plan, a season of pushing so that, because 60 days from that is going to be mid-September. That's when we're going to run our 11 days. The 11 days will take us straight into Thanksgiving. And that's when you can have your off season if you do the work. Because
but time and location freedom.
Know a lot of people don't do the work. And then guess what happens in the holiday season? They're scrambling to have the work set up so that they don't start in a bad foot in the new year. Everything bleeds into each season, right? So, and it's up to you. If you're like, I'm slammed, I can't do this. This isn't my season. I'm just going to be in consistency. That's great. That's totally fine. So with that being said, I'm not going to talk about the 60-day action plan. You're going to have to come to the call, but I will tell you this, you will have to qualify to be involved. So from the business builder one, the social sellers do not, but from a business builder one, like I want to be a part of the 60-day sprint for the business builders, you will have to have 3 people attend the Thursday night opportunity call. All right. And or watch the recording before the Saturday training. And this is going to be a bit of an honor system. Like we're going to, obviously we'll know because we'll check in on you guys, but with the recording, obviously that's a bit of an honor system, but we trust you guys to be your word and to be in integrity. But we want to set you guys up for success. And the thing is, guys, is that these sprints are very energetic. And we want each of you to know that if you're in a group chat with these sprinters doing this season of pushing with the 60-day sprint, that if there's 10 people in that chat, all 10 people are going all the way. I would rather a chat of 2 people that are doing it than a chat of 50 people where 2 people are doing it and the rest are not, because that's really draining. I'm just going to be honest. Like it's like you're letting 2 people pull the weight for everybody. So this is just the qualifications in order to say, hey, I'm really in this for this season in the business builders. If you're here to be a social seller, there are not qualifications for that. Everyone's welcome. You just got to say you want to join. All right. And it's going to be great. Like it's going to be a really good, you guys are going to make a lot of money doing that too. We're going to have some incredible goals for you, incredible discipline. There's going to be Sunday check-ins. Like it's going to be amazing. All right. So
that sounds amazingly dreadful.
With that being said, I will leave you with this.
Pause for effect.
Something changing your life is dependent on you deciding it's going to change your life.
something changing your life is dependent on you deciding it's changing your life. Guess what, friends? This hair clip is going to change my life because I've decided that it's going to make me a millionaire.
I've been to celebrations that have changed my life, and I've been to celebrations that have done nothing for me. And the only reason is because I decided to take action on what I learned, or I didn't. I decided to make it valuable, or I decided to just let it go. I decided to integrate, or I decided to not take the time to really journal about what I learned and take to action on it. It's neither here nor there. If you heard my speech, feedback's neutral. Everything's neutral. There's no good or bad. It doesn't make you less worthy. Doesn't make you a bad person. It's just factual. It's either going to change your life or it's not. It's either going to be the thing that plummets your business forward or it's not. Right? So that's your choice, and we're going to love you either way. And I'm going to pass it off to Nafsika to take us home tonight and close us out, because honestly, I'm so excited for her. I'm so fired up for her, and I know her energy is so contagious, and I want her to be able to bring some fire to you guys.
Woo! Oh my goodness. You guys, I just got a vitamin IV. For those of you that were early, you know, I was telling you about that. Literally,
I'm obsessed with her hair.
my suitcases are lost. I am like, literally have no clothes besides the clothes I'm wearing right now that I wore on the airplane yesterday. I just moved into a brand new place in Arizona, and I don't have a car currently. So I'm literally been at my house all day, got groceries delivered, got water delivered. So I'm telling you that, not that you feel sorry for me, because I don't feel sorry for me. I'm telling you that because it literally doesn't matter. I was like, great, I have a laundry machine here. I have one pair of clothes. I'll get my car tomorrow morning. I can afford to get an IV. Like, that is the energy that I'm on right now. Nothing else matters besides you guys, the team, and the vision that we're creating. Okay. So if you're in that season with me, let's go. And if you're not, that's okay too. So I'm going to really wrap up the call with you guys today. There's been a lot of information in a short amount of time with Chelsea, and obviously feeling her energy and what's going on. But I'm going to wrap up the call with the action that I'm taking right now, because if you don't hear anything else, what you want to hear tonight is about taking action and what we get to do. And I easily get overwhelmed. If you're anything like me, I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? What's the next call? What do I focus on? Something that Chelsea didn't even bring up, and I'm about to put the cherry on top of everything that we just talked about, and I'm probably going to push you guys over the edge with your overwhelm, is there's also a trip to Costa Rica on the table. Like, hello. I was like so excited about it. She's hitting her head. We're going to talk about it on Saturday.
We shouldn't brag about overwhelming people. This is a lot of information of which they really can do nothing with, aside from be like, okay, this is what my leaders want me to do, but I don't even know how I'm going to do it. They're always going to Costa Rica. These MLMs like make the rotations through the different tropical locations. And I just always hope that when and if I ever go on a tropical vacation in the future, I don't fall into the same time slot that they are in.
We're working on strategy. For those of you that were at Celebration, you know Isagenix announced the Race to Paradise is what they're calling it. If you weren't at Celebration, it's on the Isagenix business website. I literally took notes today because I was backstage when they were announcing it and I was a little confused. So I went on Isagenix business tonight. I looked it up. We're going to have like strategy and things like that for you if you are somebody that wants to formulate a team and run to Costa Rica. Kirsty, it's your hometown. Like, you're from Costa Rica. What? I didn't know that. Also didn't know people were like from, that's dope. Anyways, so
I didn't know people could be from Costa Rica.
So if you're wanting to run and you want another motivating thing, the cool part is, that's so dope. The 60-day sprint, the social selling, all that stuff is going to tie into Costa Rica. So it's not like you're doing something different if you're running for the trip versus what we're going to be doing. Okay. But if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like, what the heck do I do? What do I focus on first and foremost? I'm going to tell you right now. Between now and Thursday, between today and Thursday, what would I be doing personally? Reach outs for the business to invite them on to the Thursday night call. Okay. You have this opportunity with myself and Chelsea. Like she said, we don't do these calls frequently, and getting people on live. You guys are all on live right now, and the energy is different. I know
there's the one tangible piece of advice these individuals have gotten from this call is to do your reach outs between now and Thursday. And that's because not only do the people who recruit make money directly, but these individuals also make money because they're at the top of this team.
Personally, listening to the morning calls live versus listening to the recordings, it's just a different transfer of energy. So I would get really clear, get really grounded on who are you inviting to this call. If you need help, ask your upline for how to do the invitation. They'll give you some scripting, they'll give you some wording on how to invite people. But I would really force feed your reach outs between today and tomorrow, right? It's evening for most of you guys on the East Coast. So between today and tomorrow, Wednesday morning. And then what would I do Wednesday and Thursday? I'm literally breaking down the week for you guys, okay? Wednesday and Thursday, I would do follow-ups. Because if you're reaching out to people Wednesday and Thursday to get them onto the call Thursday night, it's a little bit too late and you don't have time to follow up with them. And then people have the excuse that it's too late and that they're busy, they're booked, they have dinners, they have kids stuff going on. If you reach out to them now, they have time to actually block out their calendar. It's probably gonna be about an hour, knowing myself and Chelsea, it'll be about 45 minutes to an hour, right? But they have time to block that off in their evening. It's gonna be 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. Eastern. So the same time as this call on Thursday, okay? That's how I would break out my week. Also, just let's talk about the expectation of that call. Because if you guys are wanting to be a business builder and wanting to do the 60-day sprint with us, I don't want you to be disappointed on what the numbers get to look like for that call. Some of you have heard this, but a lot of you are brand new and maybe forgot. I've had to hear this a million times to remember. If you get 10 yeses for that call on Thursday, only 5 people will show up. I promise you. It's how it works every single time. They forget, they ghost you, something last minute came up, they didn't prioritize it, so they end up doing something else. And those are 10 people that said yes to being on the call.
Most likely, most of the time, people know that it's an MLM and they don't want to join an MLM because they are glorified pyramid schemes. But of course, that's only in my opinion.
So if you want 3 people to watch it, you have to get 6 yeses, which means that you probably have to reach out to 60 people. I'm just that's because about 10% of people are going to say yes for the business. The numbers are slower. So I want the expectations to be real. Now, if you're on fire, your energy is good, you have a good relationship with these people, you're influential, your numbers are probably going to be higher. You might not need to do 60 reach outs. I know that can seem like a lot. I'm seeing some of your faces and you're like, oh my God, what is this girl talking about? Okay. But that's what I would do if I was you. That's literally what I'm doing. Okay. To kind of break up my week. Now, if you don't care about that and you just want a couple people on, or you think that you can have more people on there, that's fine too. But I just want to kind of give you the numbers of what that's going to look like. Okay. And then what would I do Friday and then into Saturday? You want to prepare for the Saturday call, which means set up what your goals are. Think about 60 days from Saturday. Where do you want to be as a social seller or as a business partner? Set up your goals. How many customers do you want to have in 60 days? How much money do you want to be making every single month? How many team members do you want to have with you? Are you going to Costa Rica or are you not focusing on that? Who are the people that you want to bring with you? So really start thinking about that later on in the week with your focus. Okay. And the third thing that I would do, and I'm going to wrap it up with this, is I said this on stage for those of you that heard what I was saying, is be bold about what we have here. Okay. Share your fire and your energy with others on social media and in person. Leave your house, go to the events, go to the dinners, go to the wine nights, go to the birthday parties, go to the baby showers, go
and talk about your MLM. Please don't take this advice. Us innocent bystanders at the birthday parties and different other bridal showers, baby showers, different events that we go to, we don't want to hear about your MLM. We don't want to join your MLM. We see through the bullshit.
Go to the spin classes or the
spin classes. No. Nobody better talk to me at the gym. I am not a talkative person at the gym. I'm there to do things and leave.
Kids play dates or whatever it is that you're doing. Go to the gym, say yes to everything this week and be your authentic light and energy, because people are going to feel that. And the same thing on social media, showcase that with others about how you're feeling. And I'm going to call you guys all out in my last minute on this call. Okay. If you haven't taken a picture of us on this Zoom or taken a video of us on this Zoom, all y'all don't have to be here. You literally don't have to be there. And we as a community are slacking on showcasing what we have here. How many people would love to plug in with 37 other like-minded people on a Monday night and literally be gassed up by the #1 global leader of the year and the #3 global leader of the year. You guys are, I'm going to start screaming. Oh my God, I'm going to get really excited. Okay. This is why I don't feel good, because I just keep going. You guys are the only team in the entire company that get access to both of us and get training from both of us. Okay. And I'm not saying that to make myself feel good. I'm literally saying that because it's straight facts. And
Ma'am, 37 people showed up. If y'all were that big of a deal, I'm willing to bet that a lot more Isagenix consultants or representatives, whatever they're called, would show up to this call. It's dangerous to think of yourself this highly and expect to be idolized like this in a network marketing company or just in general. Hello, I am interrupting this video to shout out my channel members. Thank you so much to those of you who have decided to join my channel membership and support my channel in that way. Over inside of my channel membership, I do members only live streams at least once a month. And there are also some other perks that you get when you join the membership, like shout outs in all of my videos like this here. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, you can find the link right under this video, or if for whatever reason, sometimes it doesn't show up under the video, you can find that on my main channel page. That's all I got. Let's get back into it.
people want what we have. There are people that went to a cubicle today and work a 9 to 5 and just got off work and would love to feel this energy. Kat is on here. She's brand new. She's from Las Vegas. She's one of my girls.
I don't ever want to feel this energy at the end of the day. I just want to chill. No.
She just worked a 9 to 5. She has a little baby and a husband at home, and she's on this call because she doesn't get paid to get on this call. She's on this call because she chooses to be on this call. And don't see, she said, I was just about to say that that's her. Literally, I know who my people are and I know what they want. So showcase what we have here and do it every single week.
He is so intensely yelling at these people.
Do it that it's nauseating. Do it and get people to be annoyed by you, that they mute you and they block you. And they're like, oh my God, Simone's always so positive. She's always showing that she's on Zoom with her team. That's weird. That's annoying. I've literally had people be like, I always see you training your team. They must that's so great. Like if I was to ever do that, I'd want to be on with you because I always see you on calls.
Annoy them so much that they block you. Why is that a goal? Why? Make it make sense. Somebody, please make it make sense.
And I see you pouring into your team or leading. And even if you're not the one speaking or leading, but you're posting about how you're being poured into, people are going to be like, wow, I love seeing that you're on Zoom and you're getting trained up and personal development and all of that. Okay. So every time you're on a call, screenshot it. When you're on a three-way call with your upline, screenshot it, post about it. If you're doing a three-way call, screenshot it, post about it. If you're listening to the morning calls, Kelly did an incredible job this morning. She screenshotted it. She posted about it. She has a brand new freaking 3-day-old baby at home. And she was on the morning call this morning and then she was posting about that.
And you shouldn't be made to feel guilty if you're not getting on a call with a newborn baby because you're giving the newborn baby the attention it needs instead of getting on your network marketing call.
So anyways, Kersey says, can someone share their picture with me? I can't get everyone on my phone. Yes, Kersey, somebody can share it with you. Wait, I'll take a picture and I'll share it with you, okay? Everybody smile. I'm going to post this one too. Yay, cute. Okay. I love you guys. That's all I have. Plug in this week. Listen to the morning calls. Do not be overwhelmed. Take it day by day. What's your focus today? What are you doing tomorrow? What's the next day? Okay. And we're going to have fun because fun gets it done. I love you all. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.
That was just another big old word salad full of toxic dressing. There's actually a lot more where that came from in terms of Isagenix trainings. So if you would like to see me react to more of these trainings, let me know in the comments or just hit the like so I know that you liked this video and I will add that to the roster. As always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit and I will see you in the next one.